Merhabat, and welcome back to the Ottoman campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So, first off, what happened to my battlecruiser? The game did actually delete it. It was being repaired. It had been sent here automatically after the battle to get repaired, and then suddenly it was like being kind of weird in the fleet tab. And when I loaded the save, it was just gone. So, I just started constructing a new one, gave it the same name, went into the save file, and just made it instantly complete. And then I'm giving it the same refit as its sister has, and that's going to take 2 months. Add to that the 2 months that the game was being just weird about it, and we are like equaling the 4-month repair time it would have had to gone through. So that's that. We can just pretend the refit as a repair. Well, we've taken Gibraltar. That means I can move through here now, which is very, very nice. And it also means that the British cannot move through here, which is also nice. So my this task force that took Gibraltar, they're going here. They're going to take central Italy and then southern Italy. Let's see, what's the port sizes here? I might require some tonnage. Southern might be easier to take. I'm not sure. We should be getting northern Egypt in 2 turns. Which is good not only because it's an oil-producing region, but it controls the Suez Canal. And with that taken, we control both entrances to the Mediterranean. And that's a pretty huge advantage. Here are the British task forces. They're just kind of hanging around. Well, this one is supposedly going through here. But I think I got it blocked off. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. No thank you to the alliances. And here we have a fight with the remaining 4 British battlecruisers. These should be fairly damaged. Let's see if my destroyers and torpedoboats have their torpedoes back. And if Yavuz has gotten resupplied with ammunition. Alright, so still outnumbered in terms of battlecruisers, but not as outnumbered as before. Yavuz has a decent amount of ammunition, and it's not too heavily damaged. Well, the 2 armored cruisers are good. Destroyers seem to have torpedoes. Let's turn them off for now. And we got 2 torpedo boats here. Also, of course, with torpedoes. Torpedo resupply seems to be, in most cases, just instant. Or, you know, next month. Well, ammunition resupply takes a very long time. There we go, we are spotting the battlecruisers. And I didn't think my battlecruisers would outspot theirs, because the tower selection for this hull was pretty bad. But apparently it's good enough. Let's drop you down to cruising speed. Now the enemy has 3 destroyers as well. they're slightly damaged, but overall in pretty good shape. So we're getting into range of their big guns right about now. And the destroyers are spotted. But now they're invisible. Let's turn the guns off this time. Don't get spotted through the smoke. Oh, there are the destroyers. I didn't see them. It's very annoying with those torpedoes and everything. You can launch like that. You have to go through like this. You're probably better off trying to sail past the torpedoes. Speed of 36 knots. Oof, that's gonna be dicey. Yeah, we're getting past. Don't run into my own torpedoes now. Come on, stop drifting. Gosh darn it. Well, you got your torpedoes away, that's the important part. Looks like I'm gonna get some torpedo hits out of that. Probably gonna lose that destroyer though. There we go, flash fires on Zealous. You can go for defense. You go for invincible. And we also have the 2 torpedo boats. Those are gonna miss. These are all gonna miss. This guy's dead, pretty much. No, we did hit a bunch of torpedoes on defense. Let's see. 24-9. Guess you can go for Zealous. Zealous might take torpedoes from the enemy's own destroyers here. Yeah, it's gonna take one, I think. And Zealous, I think, will sink from that. Hopefully 94-6 can get... Yeah. That was 16 torpedoes striking the enemy battlecruiser. I would like to go after Furious, but -6 says her speed reduced too much. Probably better to turn back and go for Invincible. See, what are you firing at now? Invincible. Oh, darn it! Torpedoes destroyed. Well, that was that. Let's see, where are my destroyers? You are here. You are not good. You're also not really that good. They all have their torpedoes destroyed. Well, I might be able to gun down the defense. But Invincible and Furious, I'll probably just have to let them go. If I can just hit. You don't need that much flooding to sink the fence. This way. Let's have my cruisers take care of the enemy destroyer screen so we don't have to worry about those. For next month's battle with the British battlecruisers. Because their screening kind of messed me up. No, don't you switch your main gun target. You had a main gun target. I gave you a secondary target. Aim for the one in the back. And score big hits on them both. Defense is still kicking around. But Furious is coming in. We're not hitting Furious though. Yeah, you're out of torps. Or you had torpedoes, but they blew up. Well, 9 and 11. You have torpedoes that are ready to go, but you're taking flooding, so you can't go full speed. There we go, huge hits on Furious. Missing despite a better than 50% chance to hit. Let's see if I can make that torpedo become a dud with the angle. Nope. It's not a big hit though. One enemy destroyer down. Ten 11. I want to send you back here to finish off defense. With that amount of flooding, she might not be able to defend herself. Ironic, given the name. Okay, then switch to Invincible. I think it's an easier target. closing in on you. And with a little bit of flooding on Invincible, might make it harder for her to avoid those torpedoes. There we go, Napier goes down. Okay, Invincible is trying to get away. But Furious is closing in, so that's a better target. This angle and range, I think HE is better. There. Let's have them launched before they blow up. That should result in some hits. Just about time too, because Dash 9 is not looking too good. But Furious is no longer fast or furious. Furious goes down. That's 2 enemy battlecruisers sunk. Mahmoudia is going home. She's too damaged. Invincible is still just inside AP range. But just barely. So yeah, no, chance to hit is just too low. Set that to save. Yeah, angle. You can afford to get close here with Dash 11. Yavuz can speed up, catch up with Invincible. And that will basically just be a one-on-one gun duel. Abdulmejid can help. 11-inch guns should be capable of penning this. For all Dash 11. Not going too fast. At least she's closing in. Ooze has once again opened up. Gonna save the last remaining 72 AP rounds till we're closer and the chance to hit is higher. We got plenty of HE. We can afford to waste those. There we go. Funnel penetration with HE. The fence is trying to get away. A bit of flooding on Invincible. You're carrying a lot of ammunition. Increased ammunition. And Dunite. And Cordite 1. It's a risky choice. But you haven't blown up yet, so it might be paying off. Let's check on these guys. DD-10 is creeping closer. And Yavuz is scoring big hits on Invincible, which is definitely not invincible. Now you've taken big damage from the 15s. Speaking of big damage, let's see what we can do here. I think Invincible might be sinking. I think there will maybe not be a round 2 to this. Because there goes defense. And that's a nice shot. Actually, let's like try and actually have it centered. Like so. Yeah, ammo detonation. Invincible is no longer firing back. And she's flooding to death. 2%. Sunk. Very nice. I was getting a bit worried when that first torpedo run went just tits up due to the enemy destroyer screen surprising me. But it went well. 90,000 victory points. 1 torpedo boat and 1 destroyer lost. That's not too bad, I think. Not for taking out 4 battlecruisers. Nice. Let's see now. These guys need some repairs done. Move them to Lisbon. We got a destroyer here being repaired already. Any more destroyers and torpedo boats having made their way into any ports? No. Balıkesir is being refit for 1 more month. Alright. We are going for central Italy before central Italy takes northwest Italy. 129,000 tons. We can manage that. And we got one more month here of taking northern Egypt. It's making me kind of regret taking all of these old ships out of service. Because if the Mediterranean is going to be safe anyway, they would have been pretty good for invading things. They're old and cheap to keep in service. Let's see, how's this going? 41%. Not good. Might have to take back Persia, might have to take back Oman. And Eritrea, I guess. Anywhere else you're trying to invade me, Britain? Surprised they haven't launched a naval invasion of the East Philippines. Yeah, can't really do much about the army invasions. They just have to go. Ah, okay, that's why my monthly balance suddenly went positive. My port is done. Let's spend a little bit more on crew training. Just so this doesn't slip down into cadet, which is pretty bad. And spend quite a bit more on tech budget. Transport capacity is not dropping as much as I feared, so that's good. And further shipyard expansions, that'll probably have to wait until peacetime. We got a new dreadnought hull available. I've taken northern Egypt. The invasion circle is on the wrong dang side of the island. For some reason. Light cruiser, you were not supposed to join in that force. Come on, light cruiser. There you are. Let me choose you. You can go here. While this task force can we take the crucial states? Maybe. Send out some torpedo boats to handle this heavy cruiser, which is not getting through the canal now, so it might just remain stationary. And the Brits are having military conflicts around. And you like lone battleships here. That would be fun to fight. Doesn't seem so. But they can just stay there for now. Let's send them into the Persian Gulf. take this from them, I can probably... I need 25,000 tons here to initiate the invasion, but the invasion itself can probably be conducted by a couple cruisers. And then in the meantime, the rest of the task force can go and invade Pakistan. Or I might just have to retake Persia, which also shouldn't take too much in terms of tonnage. Yeah, imagine it just... Circle appeared right outside of where my ships are parked. I was so sure it was got to be centered on one of these ports, but... Unlucky, losing out a turn there of invasion. Right. Port Said, of course. Because you couldn't just fight that cruiser I sent to fight you. Anyway, Mahmud will have to take on 2 Vindictive class light cruisers. We'll see how that goes. Now, we've tried this before. The 6-inch guns are just a little bit too light to reliably deal with the enemy cruisers. But at least I'm considerably faster, and while they have a bit more armor than I have, they also have way smaller guns, so they can't really pen me either. Let's see, 23-inch torpedoes. Yeah, that's pretty big. But they only have underwater launchers and kind of restrictive torpedo launch angles. So, unless they hit my torpedo launchers again, blowing out my torpedoes before I can use them, I might actually have the edge in torpedoes here. I should give these a refit. Get them bigger torpedoes. And they have launched. But I want to stay on course, so that high flyer also stays on course. These torpedoes will all miss. Maybe not that one. Unless I maneuver. Good. 2 torpedo hits on high flyer. Not flying so high now, are you? That was a risky torpedo launch by Adventure. The torpedoes going one in front of and one behind high flyer. Probably had a higher chance of hitting the enemy than me. And now both enemy cruisers have engines out. High flyer also has rudder out. And a lot more flooding. They're also not really hitting me much, and I think that is because my ship is rather small. Yeah, they get a minus 53 for target ship size and minus 27 for me being fast. They're much bigger. I get some negative modifiers for maneuvering. But that also applies to them when shooting at me, because that's target maneuvering. So that goes both ways. We almost have torpedoes back. So do they. Single tube underwater launchers are pretty quick to reload. There you go, scoring more penetrations. I want to see if I can just sink High Flyer with guns and then launch my last torpedo spread at Adventure. Maybe even close in like this. Come on, Adventure. Straighten out so I can launch torpedoes at you. That should be good. We're getting 2 hits here. It could have been better. No, we got 3. That was pretty good. I think that's the end of Adventure. Yes. 1 down. 63 million. These are not cheap for light cruisers in the 1910s. These light cruisers are pretty nice. I'm liking them. Okay, they've launched. It's also getting a little bit obvious how OP the target small size accuracy modifier is. When even a, let's see, what are you getting? Target chip size minus 54, yeah. It's not a big ship, but it's also not a tiny torpedo boat or something. That's also why accuracy in the 1890s is so abysmally bad. Because every ship, aside from maybe a battleship, is a small ship. Armored cruisers max out at 4,000 tons. Which still give you like minus 70, minus 80. With no torpedoes left, you just have to grind down the High Flyer. We've taken 6 damage, by the way. Accuracy, even while maneuvering at full speed like this, is not that bad. And straightening out, it's up to like 70%, which is very good. There you go, some more flooding on the bow. I think it's the flooding we have to go for here. There you go, that was a good hit. Is she sinking? Yes, I think she is. 3%, 2%. Sunk. That was incredible performance by Mahmoud. And the last battle is, yes, torpedo boats versus armored cruiser. Drake class armored cruiser. It's got 6 guns. That's taking a page out of my book. Is that the same class I've encountered before? I'm not sure. That's not half bad looking. Are we sure that's an AI design and not like a shared design? We'll see. We'll see when we actually get eyes on it. Two torpedo boat squadrons. Just trying to approach it from both sides. I wonder if I should give these a refit with the newer, bigger torpedoes with more range. Also maybe see if it's possible to make them even faster. Not sure about that though. They're already way beyond their supposed max speed, which I think was 26 knots. But with oil and let's see, yeah, gear turbines. You can get away with it. Spotting range, definitely not their strong point. Would maybe be a good idea to have a light cruiser with them just for that purpose, like a destroyer leader. Now actually, I take that back. We spot the enemy at a pretty good distance. Actually, my bad. Now I think they're gonna spot me through the smoke anyway. Might as well have the little pop gun on deck. I'm trying to clear away some crew or something. First wave. And these are coming in from the other side as she turns away from the torps. They're still gonna eat a few though. Three torpedoes hit. Hopefully I can just outsail these friendly torpedoes that are coming in. And the enemy cruiser kindly shields me from most of the torpedoes. And there she goes. Structural damage, flash fires. And sinking. Very nice. Alright, let's initiate some naval invasions. You two can just start striking Tobruk and Benghazi. Actually, I take that back. You two are fighting this light cruiser. Truthful states 1,800 tons. I got some ships that can take care of that. I also need to take southern Egypt. See, these 4 torpedo boats can go back to Aden. Ahmed II. You're not a big ship, but you're big enough to invade this. Yeah, I need to take southern Egypt before they take northern Egypt back from me. That would be bad. You're repairing for 2 more months. 1 more month. Balıkesir, you are good to go. Yeah, I've got add crew on. You can probably go for Cyrenaica next turn. What do you mean I don't have tonnage here? I mean, okay. Isn't this a huge task force of, or maybe that's probably why it showed up here, despite this being Western Mediterranean. Yeah, okay. So apparently, this sliver of coast here alongside this part of Italy actually counts as Western Mediterranean and not Adriatic Sea. That's why I don't have tonnage here. The map is bugged. It's not a big surprise. But, alright. We got plenty of things to invade though, still. Research-wise... Oh, what are we getting here? We're getting more dreadnoughts, but that's not until in 5 years. Let's see what the next dreadnought hull looks like that I just unlocked. Alright, this is Dreadnought 6, 55 resistance. Otherwise, like pretty good. 35,000 tons. Not like an impressive tower selection. The Dreadnought 5 is oh, I'm kind of liking this better in terms of looks. You can get pretty much the same towers. I think I like this better than Dreadnought 5. Let's see, we also have Battlecruiser 4. Ah! Like very low resistance though. You can make it fast. 30 knots. And then there's this one, the quote-unquote default battlecruiser hull. But here we have some good towers. Almost 7,000 tower spotting from this. 7,006 from this, but only 6.7 base accuracy. 53 long range though. 35 long range. 18 base. What was the tower selections on this? 27 base, 46 long range. Along with 76 hull stability. Yeah, that's a pretty good upgrade from what we have with this one. What about the large light cruiser? I'm liking this too. There are some ships here that we can build and have fun with, I think. It's a very small battlecruiser. I kind of like that. Because I have some rather tiny ports. If we can make this cost effective, what's your top speed there? 32.6 knots. We can make this cost effective. Maybe with 13-inch guns. Which are Mark IIIs. Yeah, maybe we can make that work. But that will be in a later episode. Let's see, light cruisers first before I end it. Experimental light cruiser. Scout cruiser. Compact light cruiser. This is the one I've got, I think. Or this one. No, it's the compact one I've got. These ones I can make faster. But being small, as we saw, that's a huge advantage. Goodbye, and take care.